Some rifles become popular for a few years and then quietly fade away. Others manage to survive changing trends, new technology, and entire generations of shooters while continuing to earn respect from hunters, collectors, and firearms enthusiasts alike. The rifles on today's countdown aren't necessarily the newest, the most expensive, or the most heavily advertised. Instead, these are firearms that have built their reputations through reliability, craftsmanship, accuracy, and real-world performance. Some have become collector favorites. Others remain practical tools that people still trust in the field every hunting season. Together, they represent some of the most respected sporting rifles ever produced. So, settle in, because we're counting down 15 rifles that continue to prove why great designs never truly disappear. Starting off with number 15, Marlin, 1895. If there is one lever-action rifle that continues to command respect in an era dominated by lightweight bolt guns, precision chassis rifles, and long-range hunting setups, it is the Marlin 1895. This legendary rifle has survived changing trends, evolving technology, and multiple generations of hunters because it excels at something many modern firearms still struggle to match, delivering massive stopping power in a fast-handling, highly reliable package. Chambered primarily in the iconic .45-70 government cartridge, the Marlin 1895 has earned a reputation as one of the most effective brush guns ever produced, making it a favorite among hunters pursuing deer, black bear, wild hogs, elk, and even large game in areas where encounters happen quickly and shot opportunities rarely last more than a few seconds. Modern versions typically feature barrel lengths ranging from 18.5 to 22 inches, overall lengths between 37 and 41 inches, and unloaded weights that generally fall between 7 and 8 pounds. Those dimensions create a rifle that feels compact and maneuverable in dense timber, while still maintaining enough weight to help manage recoil and improve stability during aimed fire. One of the biggest reasons the Marlin 1895 appears on this list is its unique ability to bridge the gap between classic American heritage and genuine real-world effectiveness. Unlike many collectible firearms that are admired mostly for their history, the 1895 remains a serious hunting rifle that people trust every season. The side eject design allows easy scope mounting, something that gives it an advantage over many traditional lever guns, while the smooth cycling action allows for surprisingly fast follow-up shots when compared to most bolt-action hunting rifles. Reliability is another major strength. The action is rugged, simple to maintain, and capable of functioning under harsh field conditions, where dirt, rain, snow, and rough handling are part of the hunting experience. Modern Ruger-produced Marlin rifles have further improved the platform with better manufacturing consistency, threaded barrels on certain models, enhanced sights, and improved overall fit and finish. Of course, the rifle is not perfect. Heavy, .45-70 hunting loads can generate significant recoil. Ammunition costs are generally higher than common deer calibers, and effective range is shorter than many modern high-velocity cartridges. However, those drawbacks are often viewed as acceptable trade-offs considering the tremendous energy delivered on target and the confidence the rifle inspires in close-range hunting environments. Current market prices typically range from around $1,200 to more than $2,000, depending on model, condition, and features. What ultimately secures the Marlin 1895's place on this countdown is the fact that it represents everything hunters love about classic rifles: proven performance, unmistakable character, exceptional reliability, and a level of practical effectiveness that has remained relevant for well over a century. While countless firearms have come and gone, the Marlin 1895 continues to prove that some designs are simply too good to ever become obsolete. Let's roll in with number 14, Mossberg 800 series. When people talk about classic American hunting rifles, names like Remington, Winchester, and Savage usually dominate the conversation, which is exactly why the Mossberg 800 series tends to fly under the radar despite being one of the most underrated bolt-action rifle families ever produced. Introduced during a period when hunters wanted dependable performance without spending premium money, the 800 series quickly established itself as a practical working rifle designed for people who cared more about filling tags than impressing anyone at the gun club. Over the years, these rifles earned a loyal following thanks to their straightforward design, reliable operation, and surprisingly strong accuracy for their price point. While they never enjoyed the marketing attention of some competing models, many hunters who spent time behind one discovered that the rifle consistently performed far beyond expectations. Depending on the specific variant, the Mossberg 800 series was chambered in several popular hunting cartridges, including 243 Winchester, 270 Winchester, 30, 06 Springfield, and 308 Winchester, allowing shooters to choose a configuration suitable for everything from white-tailed deer to larger North American game. Most examples featured barrel lengths between 22 and 24 inches and weighed roughly 7 to 8 pounds unloaded, creating a balance that made them comfortable to carry while still offering enough stability for accurate shooting from field positions. One of the rifle's greatest strengths was its simplicity. The bolt action was robust, easy to maintain, and capable of functioning reliably even after years of hard use. Hunters appreciated the smooth feeding characteristics, dependable extraction, and uncomplicated controls that allowed them to focus on the shot rather than the rifle itself. Accuracy was another pleasant surprise. While the Mossberg 800 series was never marketed as a precision platform, many owners found their rifles capable of producing groups that rivaled firearms, costing significantly more. That performance helped establish a reputation that continues to benefit the rifle decades after production ended. Of course, the rifle was never perfect. Some examples lack the refined fit and finish found on higher-end sporting rifles, and collectors rarely place them in the same category as premium classics from Winchester or Weatherby. Yet those shortcomings never prevented the rifle from doing exactly what it was built to do. In fact, its honest working-class nature became part of its appeal. Current values remain relatively affordable compared to many vintage hunting rifles, making clean examples attractive both to shooters and collectors looking for overlooked bargains. In an era where many firearm prices continue climbing year after year, the Mossberg 800 series remains one of those rare rifles that offers genuine historical interest, practical field performance, and old-school reliability without requiring a major financial investment. It may not generate headlines or auction records, but countless successful hunts and decades of dependable service have secured its place among the most respected, underappreciated hunting rifles ever built, making it a deserving entry at number 14 on today's countdown. Leading us in at number 13, Savage Model 110. Few hunting rifles in American firearms history have managed to stay relevant for nearly 7 decades, while continuing to attract both first-time buyers and experienced hunters. But the Savage Model 110 has done exactly that. First introduced in 1958, this bolt-action rifle entered a market already crowded with respected names. Yet it gradually built a reputation that would make it one of the most successful hunting rifle platforms ever produced. The reason the Model 110 appears on this list is simple. It represents one of the greatest values the firearms industry has ever seen. While many rifles gain popularity because of aggressive marketing or military heritage, the Savage 110 earned its reputation the hard way through consistent real-world performance. Over the years, it has been offered in an enormous variety of chamberings, including 243 Winchester, 270 Winchester, 308 Winchester, 30, 06 Springfield, 6.5 Creedmoor, 7mm Remington Magnum, 300 Winchester Magnum, and many others, making it capable of everything from varmint control and deer hunting to long-range target shooting and elk hunting. Most traditional hunting versions feature barrel lengths between 22 and 24 inches, overall lengths around 42 to 45 inches, and unloaded weights generally ranging from 7 to 8.5 pounds, depending on caliber and stock configuration. Those dimensions create a rifle that feels balanced enough for field carry while remaining stable when a difficult shot presents itself. What truly separates the Model 110 from many competitors is its reputation for accuracy. Long before precision rifles became mainstream, Savage was producing rifles capable of delivering groups that often rivaled firearms, costing hundreds or even thousands of dollars more. A major contributor to this success was the company's unique barrel nut system, a design that initially looked unconventional but eventually became one of the rifle's defining advantages because it allowed exceptional consistency and simplified barrel installation. Later generations introduced the highly regarded AccuTrigger system, giving shooters a crisp, adjustable trigger pull without requiring expensive aftermarket upgrades. Reliability has always been another major strength. The action is rugged, dependable, and capable of handling years of hard use with minimal maintenance. While some shooters criticize the rifle for lacking the refined appearance, polished finishes, or silky bolt travel found on premium European hunting rifles, those concerns tend to disappear once the rifle starts printing tight groups on target. Current prices generally range from around $600 for basic hunting models to well over $1,500 for specialized long-range configurations. Yet, even the higher-end versions continue to offer outstanding value compared to many competing platforms. The Savage Model 110 proves that a rifle does not need luxury materials or a premium price tag to earn lasting respect. Its combination of versatility, proven accuracy, innovative engineering, practical field performance, and decades of success is exactly why it remains one of the smartest hunting rifle purchases ever made, and a deserving entry on any list celebrating the most respected rifles in America. Opening the countdown with number 12, Remington 700. If there is one bolt-action rifle that has influenced the modern hunting and precision shooting world more than almost any other, it is the Remington 700. Since its introduction in 1962, this rifle has become the benchmark by which countless other bolt guns are measured. Whether sitting in a deer stand deep in the woods, competing on a long-range shooting line, or serving as the foundation for military and law enforcement sniper platforms, the Remington 700 has earned a reputation that few firearms can rival. Part of what made the rifle so successful was its ability to appeal to virtually every type of shooter. Hunters appreciated its reliability and accuracy. Competitive shooters loved its enormous aftermarket support. And gunsmiths quickly discovered that the action provided one of the best platforms available for customization. Over the decades, the rifle has been chambered in an enormous variety of cartridges ranging from 223 Remington all the way to powerful Magnum calibers capable of taking the largest North American game. Most traditional hunting models featured barrel lengths between 22 and 26 inches, and generally weighed between 7 and 9 pounds depending on configuration, creating a balance of portability and stability that appealed to a wide audience. The action itself became one of the rifle's defining strengths. Its cylindrical receiver design simplified manufacturing while also providing excellent rigidity, contributing to the platform's reputation for accuracy. Combined with quality barrels and a strong lockup, many factory rifles were capable of producing impressive groups right out of the box. As the years passed, the Remington 700 became the foundation for an entire industry of aftermarket stocks, triggers, chassis systems, optics mounts, and precision components. Few rifles have ever inspired such a massive ecosystem of upgrades and customization options. Reliability has also been a major reason for its longevity. Hunters trusted the rifle in harsh weather, difficult terrain, and demanding conditions where equipment failure simply was not an option. While certain production periods generated criticism regarding quality control and trigger-related concerns, the overall reputation of the platform remained remarkably strong because millions of shooters had first-hand experience with its strengths. Current prices vary significantly depending on age, model, condition, and configuration, with collectible older examples often attracting substantial interest from enthusiasts who appreciate classic Remington craftsmanship. What truly separates the Remington 700 from many competitors is its versatility. Some rifles excel in a single role, but the 700 proved capable of succeeding almost everywhere. It could be a dependable deer rifle, a long-range precision machine, a competition platform, or a treasured family heirloom passed from one generation to the next. More than 60 years after its debut, it remains one of the most recognized and influential bolt-action rifles ever produced. a firearm whose impact can still be seen across the shooting industry today. That combination of performance, adaptability, and historical importance makes the Remington 700 an easy choice for the number 12 position on this countdown. We begin this list at number 11, Mossberg Patriot. In a firearms market crowded with expensive hunting rifles, loaded with premium features and eye-catching marketing campaigns, the Mossberg Patriot has quietly built a reputation by focusing on what most hunters actually need. It is a rifle designed around practicality rather than prestige, and that philosophy has helped it become one of the most popular budget-friendly bolt-action rifles of the modern era. Introduced as an affordable hunting platform capable of delivering dependable real-world performance, the Patriot quickly attracted shooters who wanted accuracy, reliability, and versatility without spending thousands of dollars. While it may not receive the same collector attention as some of the classic rifles on this countdown, its growing popularity among hunters proves that a well-designed rifle does not need a luxury price tag to earn respect. One of the biggest strengths of the Mossberg Patriot is the wide variety of chamberings available. Over the years, it has been offered in cartridges ranging from 243 Winchester and 270 Winchester to 308 Winchester, 30, 06 Springfield, 6.5 Creedmoor, and several Magnum options, giving hunters flexibility for everything from small deer to larger game animals. Most configurations feature barrel lengths between 22 and 24 inches, while maintaining an unloaded weight generally around 6.5 to 7.5 pounds, making the rifle comfortable to carry during long hunts without sacrificing stability when it's time to take a shot. The action operates smoothly, feeding is reliable, and the rifle's adjustable trigger allows shooters to tailor the pull weight to their personal preferences. Accuracy has become one of the Patriot's most praised characteristics. Many owners report performance that rivals rifles costing considerably more, especially when paired with quality ammunition. Mossberg also incorporated modern features such as fluted barrels, threaded muzzle options, synthetic stocks, and optics-ready configurations on many models, helping the rifle appeal to both traditional hunters and younger shooters entering the sport. Of course, some compromises are inevitable at this price point. The fit and finish may not match premium rifles from Weatherby, Sako, or Browning, and the action lacks some of the refinement found on more expensive platforms. Yet those criticisms rarely matter in the field where reliability and shot placement remain the priorities that count. Current pricing typically falls between $500 and $800, depending on the model, making it one of the strongest values available in today's hunting rifle market. What makes the Mossberg Patriot particularly impressive is how effectively it accomplishes its intended mission. It delivers the performance hunters need, incorporates modern features shooters appreciate, and remains accessible to people who may not have unlimited budgets. In many ways, it represents what a practical hunting rifle should be in the 21st century. It may not carry the decades of history associated with some legendary firearms on this list, but its combination of affordability, capability, and proven field performance has earned it a well-deserved place at number 11 on today's countdown. At the starting line, number 10, Winchester Model 94. There are rifles that become successful products, and then there are rifles that become symbols of an entire era. The Winchester Model 94 belongs firmly in the second category. For more than a century, this legendary lever action has been woven into the fabric of American hunting culture, earning a reputation that few firearms in history can match. Introduced in 1894 and designed by the legendary John Moses Browning, the Model 94 arrived at exactly the right moment. It became one of the first sporting rifles chambered for smokeless powder cartridges, helping bridge the gap between the Old West and the modern age of firearms. Over the decades, millions of hunters carried a Winchester 94 into forests, mountains, and fields across North America, making it one of the best-selling sporting rifles ever produced. For many Americans, the image of a lever-action rifle immediately brings the Winchester Model 94 to mind, chambered most famously in 30 Winchester. The rifle developed a reputation as one of the finest deer hunting platforms ever created. The cartridge offered a balance of manageable recoil, practical range, and dependable terminal performance that proved ideal for the thick woods where many hunters spent their seasons. Most traditional rifles featured 20-inch barrels and weighed roughly 6.5 to 7 pounds unloaded, creating an incredibly handy package that could be carried all day without fatigue. That combination of lightweight and quick handling allowed hunters to react rapidly when game appeared unexpectedly, a quality that contributed enormously to the rifle's enduring popularity. Beyond its practical advantages, the Winchester Model 94 carries an unmatched historical appeal. It survived world wars, economic depressions, shifting firearm trends, and countless technological advancements, while continuing to maintain its place in gun safes throughout America. Collectors are particularly drawn to pre-1964 examples, which were manufactured before Winchester implemented significant cost-cutting changes. Those earlier rifles are widely regarded as representing the peak of Winchester craftsmanship, featuring superior machining, higher quality materials, and the classic fit and finish that enthusiasts continue to admire today. Clean pre-64 examples often command substantial premiums on the collector market, with exceptional rifles bringing significantly higher values than standard production models. Of course, the Model 94 is not without limitations. Compared to modern bolt-action rifles, it offers a shorter effective range and is generally less suited for precision shooting. Optics mounting can also be less straightforward on traditional configurations. Yet none of those factors have diminished its appeal because the rifle was never intended to be a long-range precision platform. It was built to be fast, reliable, lightweight, and effective. And in those areas, it continues to excel even by modern standards. More than 130 years after its introduction, the Winchester Model 94 remains one of the most recognizable and respected hunting rifles ever produced. It is a firearm that connects generations of hunters, preserves an important piece of American history, and continues to prove why some designs become legends. That remarkable combination of heritage, practicality, and lasting influence earns the Winchester Model 94 a well-deserved spot at number 10 on today's countdown. Kicking things off at number 9, Ruger number 1. In a world dominated by bolt actions, semi-automatics, and increasingly specialized rifle designs, the Ruger number 1 stands apart because it refuses to follow the crowd. Introduced in 1967 by legendary firearms designer Bill Ruger, this elegant single-shot rifle proved that simplicity and sophistication could exist in the same package. At a time when most manufacturers were focused on increasing magazine capacity and maximizing production efficiency, Ruger chose a different path by creating a rifle that celebrated craftsmanship, precision, and traditional shooting values. The result was one of the most distinctive sporting rifles ever produced. Inspired by the classic Farquharson falling block action, the Ruger number 1 features a strong and beautifully engineered mechanism that eliminates the need for a magazine while creating an exceptionally compact rifle for its barrel length. Because there is no action extending behind the chamber like a traditional bolt gun, a Ruger number 1 with a 26-inch barrel can have an overall length comparable to many rifles equipped with 22-inch barrels. This unique design allows shooters to enjoy the ballistic advantages of longer barrels without carrying an excessively large firearm through the field. Over the decades, the rifle has been chambered in an astonishing variety of cartridges, ranging from small varmint rounds all the way up to dangerous game calibers, capable of hunting the largest animals on Earth. That versatility helped establish the number 1 as a favorite among hunters who appreciated both performance and individuality. One of the rifle's greatest strengths is its incredible action strength. The falling block design is widely regarded as one of the strongest rifle actions ever created, allowing it to handle powerful cartridges with complete confidence. Accuracy has also become a major part of the rifle's reputation. While some early examples produced mixed results, many Ruger number 1 rifles are capable of excellent precision, particularly when paired with ammunition that suits the individual barrel. Beyond performance, however, much of the rifle's appeal comes from its appearance. The combination of richly finished walnut stocks, polished metalwork, and classic lines creates a level of visual elegance rarely seen in modern production firearms. Collectors and enthusiasts often describe the Ruger number 1 as one of the most beautiful rifles still being manufactured. Of course, the single-shot design is not for everyone. Shooters accustomed to quick follow-up shots may view the limited capacity as a disadvantage, and mastering the rifle requires a slightly different mindset than operating a traditional repeating firearm. Yet many owners see that characteristic as part of the experience. The rifle encourages deliberate shooting, careful shot placement, and a stronger connection between hunter and firearm. Current prices generally range from around $1,500 to well over $3,000, depending on configuration, rarity, and condition, while collectible variants continue to attract strong demand from enthusiasts. More than 50 years after its introduction, the Ruger No. 1 remains a refreshing reminder that firearms do not need high capacities or tactical features to earn admiration. Its combination of craftsmanship, strength, history, and timeless style has secured its place as one of the most respected sporting rifles ever built, making it a worthy choice for the number 9 position on today's countdown. The countdown begins at number 8, Browning A-Bolt. Some rifles earn their reputation through military service, others through historical significance. But the Browning A-Bolt built its legacy by doing something hunters value above all else, delivering consistent performance season after season. Introduced during the 1980s, the A-Bolt entered a highly competitive market, filled with established bolt-action designs. Yet, it quickly distinguished itself through a combination of accuracy, smooth operation, and refined craftsmanship. While many hunting rifles were designed primarily around affordability or mass production, Browning approached the A-Bolt with a different philosophy. The company wanted a rifle that felt premium in the hands of the shooter, while still remaining practical enough for real-world hunting conditions. The result was a firearm that would go on to become one of the most respected sporting rifles of its generation. One of the first things shooters noticed about the A-Bolt was its exceptionally smooth bolt throw. Featuring a 60-degree bolt lift, the action cycled faster and with less effort than many competing designs, while also providing additional clearance for large optics. That may sound like a small detail, but hunters operating a rifle in cold weather, low light, or stressful situations quickly learned to appreciate the efficiency of the design. The rifle was offered in an impressive range of chamberings over the years, including 243 Winchester, 270 Winchester, 308 Winchester, 30, 06 Springfield, 7mm Remington Magnum, and numerous other hunting cartridges, making it suitable for everything from small deer to large elk and moose. Most hunting models featured barrel lengths between 22 and 26 inches and weighed roughly 6.5 to 8 pounds, depending on configuration, striking an excellent balance between portability and stability. Accuracy became another defining trait of the platform. Browning incorporated a free-floated barrel design and a crisp adjustable trigger system that helped many rifles produce outstanding groups right out of the box. Hunters frequently discovered that their A-Bolt could compete with rifles costing significantly more, which only strengthened the model's reputation. Reliability was equally impressive. The detachable box magazine loaded through a hinged floor plate system offered convenience while maintaining a traditional appearance, and the action itself proved durable enough to withstand years of demanding field use. Browning also paid close attention to aesthetics, equipping many models with attractive walnut stocks, deep blued finishes, and the kind of attention to detail that made the rifle feel special every time it was carried into the woods. Of course, no rifle is perfect. Some shooters preferred simpler magazine systems, while others found replacement parts and aftermarket accessories less abundant than those available for platforms like the Remington 700. Yet these concerns rarely overshadowed the rifle's strengths. Current market values remain strong, particularly for well-maintained examples, and many hunters continue to seek them out despite newer models entering the marketplace. What ultimately makes the Browning A-Bolt so memorable is the way it combines refinement and performance. It offers the accuracy serious hunters demand, while preserving the elegance and craftsmanship that many modern rifles have abandoned in favor of purely functional designs. Decades after its introduction, it remains a favorite among shooters who appreciate quality engineering and dependable field performance, making the Browning A-Bolt a deserving choice for the number 8 position on today's countdown. First on today's list, number 7, Ruger 10/22. If there is one rifle that has introduced more people to shooting than almost any other firearm in America, it might just be the Ruger 10/22. Since its debut in 1964, this little rimfire rifle has become nothing short of a phenomenon. While some rifles earn respect through raw power or military history, the 10-20 built its reputation through accessibility, reliability, and an ability to make shooting enjoyable for virtually everyone. Whether it's a young shooter learning firearm safety for the first time, an experienced hunter chasing small game, or a dedicated enthusiast building a highly customized target rifle, the 10-20 somehow manages to fit every role. That incredible versatility is a major reason why millions of examples have been sold, and why it remains one of the most popular rifles ever produced. Chambered in. 22 long rifle, the 10-20 offers virtually recoil-free shooting, inexpensive ammunition, and enough accuracy to keep shooters entertained for a lifetime. Most standard models feature an 18.5-inch barrel and weigh around 5 pounds unloaded, creating a lightweight platform that is easy to carry, easy to store, and comfortable for shooters of all ages. The semi-automatic action is one of the rifle's greatest strengths. Ruger's famous rotary magazine feeds reliably while maintaining a compact profile, and the simple operating system has earned a reputation for functioning dependably, even after thousands of rounds. Many owners discover that their 10-20 continues running year after year with minimal maintenance, a characteristic that has helped create generations of loyal fans. Accuracy is another area where the rifle consistently exceeds expectations. While standard factory models perform well enough for casual shooting and hunting, the platform's true potential becomes evident when shooters explore the enormous aftermarket built around it. Few rifles in history have inspired as much customization as the 10-20. Barrels, stocks, triggers, optics mounts, receivers, chassis systems, and countless performance upgrades allow owners to transform a basic rifle into almost anything imaginable. Some become lightweight hunting rifles, others evolve into precision rimfire competition guns, and many remain exactly as they left the factory because they already perform their intended role so well. The rifle's affordability has also contributed significantly to its success. Even today, most models remain accessible to new shooters, offering tremendous value without sacrificing quality. Of course, the 22 long rifle cartridge has limitations. It is not designed for large game hunting or long-range shooting, and serious centerfire rifles will always outperform it in those categories. Yet those limitations have never prevented the 10-20 from becoming one of the most beloved firearms ever made because it excels at exactly what it was designed to do. More than 60 years after its introduction, the Ruger 10-20 continues to dominate the rimfire market while serving as a first rifle, a training tool, a hunting companion, and a collector's favorite all at the same time. Few firearms can claim such a broad and lasting impact on the shooting world, which is exactly why the Ruger 10-20 earns its place at number 7 on today's countdown. Number 6 belongs to the legendary Savage 99. When people discuss the greatest hunting rifles ever made, the conversation often centers around famous bolt actions, but the Savage 99 deserves recognition because it was decades ahead of its time and introduced innovations that gave hunters capabilities most competing rifles simply couldn't match. First appearing in the late 19th century and remaining in production for nearly 100 years, the Savage 99 proved that a lever-action rifle could be far more than a short-range woods gun. Its biggest breakthrough was the unique rotary magazine system, a design that allowed the rifle to safely use pointed Spitzer bullets, while most lever guns were still restricted to flat-nosed ammunition. That single feature gave hunters flatter trajectories, improved downrange energy, and significantly better performance at extended distances, making the rifle one of the most advanced sporting arms of its generation. Throughout its long production life, the Savage 99 was chambered in respected cartridges such as 250, 3000 Savage, 300 Savage, 308 Winchester, and several others, giving hunters the flexibility to pursue everything from white-tailed deer to elk-sized game. Most models featured barrel lengths between 20 and 24 inches, overall lengths around 40 to 44 inches, and unloaded weights ranging from approximately 7 to 8 pounds. Those dimensions created a rifle that balanced beautifully in the hands, while remaining easy to carry through dense forests and rough terrain. One reason the Savage 99 appears so high on this list is its remarkable combination of innovation, practicality, and long-term value. Unlike many hunting rifles that were eventually overshadowed by newer technology, the Savage 99 continued earning respect generation after generation because it solved problems before most competitors even recognized them. Accuracy was consistently impressive for a lever-action platform, and many hunters discovered that the rifle could comfortably outperform expectations in real hunting situations. Reliability was equally important. The action was durable, dependable, and capable of functioning through decades of hard use with proper maintenance. Beyond performance, the rifle possessed a level of craftsmanship that has become increasingly rare. Beautiful walnut stocks, quality steel construction, and elegant lines gave it a timeless appearance that still turns heads today. Since production ended, collector demand has steadily increased, with clean examples often selling between $1,000 and $3,000, while rare chamberings and exceptional specimens can command significantly higher prices. The Savage 99 is not simply a classic hunting rifle. It represents one of the most important technological leaps in lever-action development. Its rotary magazine, outstanding versatility, proven field performance, and growing collector appeal are exactly why it earns a place among the greatest sporting rifles ever built, and why so many hunters and collectors continue searching for one decades after the last rifle left the factory. Halfway through the ranking at number 5, Winchester Model 88. When firearm enthusiasts talk about rifles that were years ahead of what the market was ready for, the Winchester Model 88 almost always enters the conversation. Introduced in 1955, this rifle arrived during a period when traditional lever actions still dominated hunting camps across America. Yet, Winchester chose to take a completely different direction. Instead of simply refining an existing design, the company created a rifle that blended the fast-handling characteristics of a lever gun with many of the performance advantages hunters normally expected from a bolt-action platform. The result was one of the most innovative sporting rifles of the 20th century. Built with a detachable box magazine, a rotating multi-lug bolt, and a streamlined receiver, the Model 88 looked far more modern than most lever actions of its era. These features allowed it to safely use pointed hunting bullets, giving shooters improved ballistic performance and longer effective range compared to traditional tubular magazine rifles. Most examples featured a 22-inch barrel, an overall length of approximately 42 inches, and an unloaded weight around 7.5 pounds, creating an excellent balance between portability and stability. Winchester chambered the rifle in respected cartridges such as 243 Winchester, 284 Winchester, 308 Winchester, and 358 Winchester, making it capable of handling everything from white-tailed deer to elk, black bear, and other large North American game. One of the biggest reasons the Model 88 earns a place on this list is its remarkable ability to bridge 2 generations of hunting rifle development. It preserved the speed, natural pointing characteristics, and familiar operation of a lever gun, while delivering accuracy that often rivaled many bolt actions of the same period. Hunters frequently praised the rifle's quick handling, smooth cycling, and dependable reliability in the field. The rotating bolt design provided a strong lockup, contributing to impressive accuracy and confidence when taking longer shots. Even today, many shooters are surprised by how modern the rifle feels, despite being nearly 70 years old. Of course, the rifle was not without drawbacks. Its internal design was more complex and expensive to manufacture than competing rifles, which ultimately contributed to the model being discontinued in the early 1970s. However, that relatively short production run has become one of its greatest strengths from a collector's perspective. Clean examples continue to increase in value, with most rifles selling between $1,500 and $3,000, depending on caliber and condition, while rare. 284 Winchester variants often command significantly higher prices. The Winchester Model 88 appears on this countdown because it represents a rare combination of innovation, practicality, historical significance, and growing collector demand. Long before hybrid hunting rifles became common, the Model 88 was already proving that a lever-action rifle could offer modern performance without sacrificing the qualities that made lever guns beloved in the first place. making it one of the most forward-thinking sporting rifles Winchester ever produced. Taking a major step toward the top at number 4, Sako Finnbear. Some rifles are remembered because they were affordable and widely available, while others earn legendary status because they represented the absolute peak of firearm craftsmanship during their era. The Sako Finnbear firmly falls into that second category. Introduced by the Finnish manufacturer Sako in the early 1960s, the Finnbear quickly gained a reputation as one of the finest production hunting rifles ever offered to the public. Built on Sako's long-action platform, the rifle was designed to handle powerful and versatile cartridges such as the 270 Winchester, 30, 06 Springfield, 7mm Remington Magnum, and 300 Winchester Magnum, making it capable of taking everything from white-tailed deer to elk, moose, and large international game species. Most Finnbear rifles featured barrel lengths between 22 and 24 inches, overall lengths ranging from approximately 42 to 45 inches, and unloaded weights of around 7 to 8 pounds. Those dimensions created an ideal balance between carrying comfort and shooting stability, giving hunters a rifle that felt equally at home in dense forests, mountain terrain, and open country hunting environments. One of the biggest reasons the Finnbear appears so high on this list is its reputation for exceptional factory accuracy. During a time when many manufacturers focused on mass production, Sako invested heavily in barrel manufacturing and precision machining. The result was a rifle that often delivered near-custom rifle accuracy, straight from the box, something that was relatively uncommon during that period. The smooth bolt travel, strong locking system, excellent trigger quality, and precise chamber dimensions all contributed to a shooting experience that immediately felt more refined than many competing rifles. Reliability became another major selling point. Whether exposed to freezing Scandinavian winters, wet Pacific Northwest forests, or dusty western hunting conditions, the Finnbear earned a reputation for functioning when hunters needed it most. Beyond performance, the rifle stood out because of its elegant design. High-quality walnut stocks, beautifully executed checkering, polished blued steel, and outstanding fit and finish gave the Finnbear the appearance of a custom-built sporting rifle rather than a standard production firearm. The few drawbacks were its relatively high original purchase price, and the fact that replacement parts can be harder to locate today compared to more common American rifles. However, those disadvantages are minor compared to what the rifle offers. Current market values typically range from around $1,500 for standard examples to well over $4,000 for rare calibers and pristine collector-grade rifles. In a video focused on the greatest hunting rifles ever made, the Finnbear earns its place because it represents a level of quality, precision, and craftsmanship that modern manufacturers rarely attempt to replicate. More than 60 years after its introduction, it remains one of the most respected sporting rifles ever built, and a benchmark against which many premium hunting rifles are still judged today. Breaking into the top 3 at number 3, Weatherby Mark V German. When discussing the finest hunting rifles ever built, few names command as much respect as the German-made Weatherby Mark V. This rifle earned its place near the very top of this list, because it wasn't simply another hunting firearm competing with its peers. It was a rifle that redefined what shooters expected from a premium sporting arm. Developed under the direct vision of Roy Weatherby during the late 1950s, the Mark V was engineered to handle the powerful high-velocity Magnum cartridges that were becoming Weatherby's signature. Early production took place in West Germany, and many collectors still consider these German-made rifles the pinnacle of Mark V craftsmanship. The rifle's most famous feature is its incredibly strong 9-lug bolt action, a design that provides exceptional strength while allowing a short 54-degree bolt lift for faster cycling and improved scope clearance. Chamberings such as the 257 Weatherby Magnum, 270 Weatherby Magnum, 300 Weatherby Magnum, and 340 Weatherby Magnum delivered flat trajectories and long-range performance that were years ahead of many competitors. Most examples featured 24 to 26-inch barrels, overall lengths of approximately 44 to 48 inches, and unloaded weights ranging from 7.5 to 9 pounds, creating an excellent balance between power and field carry comfort. Accuracy quickly became one of the rifle's defining strengths, thanks to its rigid action, premium barrel quality, and meticulous manufacturing standards. Hunters pursuing deer, elk, moose, sheep, and other large game appreciated its ability to deliver reliable hits at distances where many traditional hunting rifles began to struggle. Reliability was equally impressive, with the robust action capable of handling decades of heavy use and powerful magnum loads without complaint. Beyond performance, the Mark V German possessed a level of elegance rarely seen in modern production rifles. High-gloss walnut stocks, deep-polished bluing, the iconic Monte Carlo stock design, and exceptional attention to detail gave the rifle a distinctive appearance that immediately stood out from ordinary hunting guns. The primary downside was cost, as Weatherby rifles have always occupied the premium end of the market, and Magnum ammunition remains expensive compared to more common hunting calibers. Today, clean German-made Mark V rifles often sell between $2,000 and $5,000, while rare configurations and exceptional collector-grade examples can command significantly more. The reason this rifle appears so high on the list is simple. It successfully combined innovation, accuracy, durability, luxury, and long-range hunting capability into a single platform, at a time when very few manufacturers were even attempting such an ambitious goal. More than 60 years later, the Weatherby Mark V German remains one of the most desirable hunting rifles ever produced, and continues to represent the standard by which many premium sporting rifles are judged. Right near the summit at number 2, Ruger American Rifle. When most people think about the rifles that define an era, they usually picture historic firearms with decades of military service, legendary hunting stories, or collector value that has been building for generations. The Ruger American Rifle breaks that pattern completely. Despite being introduced in 2012, it has climbed to the top of the modern hunting world faster than almost any bolt-action rifle in recent memory, earning a reputation through performance rather than nostalgia. What makes this rifle so impressive is that it delivers the qualities hunters actually need without forcing them to spend premium rifle money. Built around Ruger's full-diameter 3-lug bolt, the action cycles smoothly and locks up securely, while the patented power bedding system creates a stable interface between the action and stock that helps maximize accuracy. Combined with the Marksman adjustable trigger and a cold hammer-forged barrel, the rifle routinely produces sub-MOA performance with quality ammunition, something that was once expected only from rifles, costing significantly more. Depending on the model, barrel lengths range from approximately 18 to 24 inches. Overall length generally falls between 36 and 44 inches, and unloaded weight typically ranges from 6 to 7 pounds, making it light enough for long days in the mountains while still maintaining excellent balance for offhand shots. The rifle has been offered in an enormous selection of chamberings, including 243 Winchester, 270 Winchester, 308 Winchester, 30, 06 Springfield, 6.5 Creedmoor, 7mm Remington Magnum, and many others, allowing hunters to pursue everything from varmints and whitetails to elk and larger game. Another reason for its popularity is durability. The synthetic stock resists moisture, temperature changes, and rough handling far better than traditional walnut stocks, while the detachable rotary magazine feeds reliably in harsh hunting conditions. Of course, the rifle is not perfect. Some shooters feel the stock lacks the refinement and premium feel of more expensive competitors, and its appearance is undeniably utilitarian. Yet, those minor drawbacks become easy to overlook when a rifle consistently delivers dependable performance season after season. Current market prices generally range between $500 and $900, depending on the configuration, making it one of the strongest values available in the modern hunting market. The reason the Ruger American Rifle ranks so high on this list is simple. It has done more than almost any modern rifle to prove that exceptional accuracy, reliability, and versatility do not have to come with an expensive price tag. In a market filled with flashy marketing and premium-priced options, the Ruger American became the rifle that ordinary hunters could trust. And that combination of affordability and real-world effectiveness is exactly what earned it the number 2 position on today's countdown. And finally, claiming the number 1 spot, Springfield 1903 Sporter. If there is one rifle on this list that perfectly represents the transition from battlefield legend to hunting icon, it is the Springfield 1903 Sporter. Built from the foundation of the famous Springfield 1903 service rifle, this firearm earned its reputation not only through military history, but through decades of exceptional performance in the hands of American hunters. The original action was heavily inspired by the Mauser system, featuring a strong controlled feed design, dual locking lugs, and a reputation for reliability that few rifles could match. After military surplus rifles became available to civilians, skilled gunsmiths quickly recognized the enormous potential hidden inside the Springfield action and transformed thousands of them into high-quality sporting rifles. Most Springfield 1903 Sporters were chambered in classic hunting cartridges such as .30, .06 Springfield, 270 Winchester, and 257 Roberts, giving hunters plenty of versatility for everything from white-tailed deer to elk and black bear. Typical examples feature barrel lengths between 22 and 24 inches, overall lengths around 42 to 44 inches, and unloaded weights ranging from 7 to 8.5 pounds. Those dimensions create a rifle that feels balanced in the hands while remaining comfortable to carry during long hunts. One of the biggest advantages of the Springfield 1903 Sporter is accuracy. The action's inherent strength and rigidity allow many examples to shoot remarkably well, even by modern standards. Reliability is equally impressive, with many rifles continuing to function flawlessly after generations of use. Another reason collectors and hunters admire these rifles is craftsmanship. Unlike many modern production rifles, Springfield Sporters often feature hand-fitted walnut stocks, custom checkering, polished steel components, and unique modifications performed by respected gunsmiths. No two examples are exactly alike, which gives each rifle its own personality and historical significance. Of course, there are drawbacks. Most rifles lack modern detachable magazines, threaded barrels, and lightweight synthetic furniture. Ammunition capacity is limited compared to contemporary designs, and original custom examples can be difficult to replace if damaged. However, those disadvantages are minor compared to what the rifle offers. Depending on condition, provenance, and the quality of the Sporter conversion, current market prices can range from around $1,000 for basic examples to well over $5,000 for rifles built by renowned craftsmen. The reason this rifle claims the top position on the list is simple. It combines the proven durability of one of America's greatest military rifles with the elegance, accuracy, and craftsmanship of a premium sporting firearm. More than a century after the original design first appeared, the Springfield 1903 Sporter continues to earn respect from hunters, collectors, and firearms enthusiasts alike, proving that true classics never lose their relevance. In the end of the day, every rifle on this list earned its place for a different reason. Some revolutionized hunting, some introduced generations of shooters to the sport, and others became collector favorites that continue to appreciate with time. Yet, all 15 share one thing in common. They prove their value through decades of real-world performance rather than marketing hype. Whether your personal favorite is a classic lever action, a beautifully crafted European bolt gun, or a modern hunting rifle that delivers incredible value, each of these firearms represents an important chapter in sporting rifle history. Let us know which rifle you would have placed at number 1, and if there is another legendary hunting rifle you think deserved a spot on the countdown. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.